And we are live. Good evening, Bitcoiners. It is Brian, the UK Bitcoin Master, live at 6 p.m. on Thursday, the 7th of January, 2020. And oh my Picasso, are we pumping or are we pumping, people? What are we looking at? We're looking at 39,766 as we speak. So, Jean, I know, Jean, you've been in the chat for a while and you've been saying 30, 39.6, 39.7, standing by. Everyone's so excited about this. We're all excited. My feet are firmly planted on the ground, but it's still exciting. When you consider a month ago, 4 weeks ago, we were at 19, just high 19s, and here we are, doubled, more than doubled. It's like, flipping heck, this is absolutely crazy. So quick head over to the chat. Shout out to you guys in the chat. Rocky Palumbo, we've got Zaza in the house, Pastor Phil Volman, my lovely wife Elaine's with us. Lance, welcome to you. Great to have you with us. Mavic Mini Flyer UK, welcome to the show. Don't forget to pound the like button. That's really important. We got JC Borta coming in from South Africa. Jean Verschoor, he's coming in from Holland. Quick check if I haven't missed anybody else out. There's obviously me. Dan Suffolk Bitcoiner is in the house. Who else? Jean, I've mentioned. Satoshi. Sorry, peep, just a quick whiz down to make sure I haven't forgot anyone. I think that's about it for now. I'm sure we'll get a few more join as the show trickles through its live. So, if you are new to this channel, it's imperative you go down here right now and you read that. Tanya from South Africa, welcome. Great to have you with us. Lizelle's joined us. Welcome to you, Lizelle. Great to have you with us. I've got my lovely wife, Elaine, in the chat. She moderates the chat, so sometimes I miss things and Elaine picks them up. So there you go. Great to have you in the house with us, as always, Elaine. So the disclaimer there for the noobs, you need to read it. You don't need to buy anything based on what I say. You don't need to buy anything that you can't afford to lose. Yes, the price is pumping, but Bitcoin is volatile. And whilst everyone's saying it's going to go up, 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 up and up, you know what? Don't invest what you can't afford to lose. Really, really crucial. Check out ukbitcoinmaster.com and bitcoininterviews.com. That is where you're going to find all of my work. And finally, for those that want to drop a tip, in the show notes right now is this address, tipping.me at UK Bitcoin Master. There is also a Bitcoin address if somebody wants to donate a bit of Bitcoin. I think you're mad if you donate any of your Bitcoin. So I don't expect it. I don't look for tips. I don't do this channel for any type of financial gain. I do it for the love of it. Bitcoin, I feel like it's added an extra 10 years to my life. And that's really exciting. And I just want to share my excitement, the little bit of knowledge that I've learned and my enthusiasm with others so that those finding Bitcoin can build their own strong hands as well. Running slightly differently now. So over on my second monitor, I've got the chat from the live streaming portal I use, which means I can drag a bit of chat in if I need to. In terms of typing in UK Bitcoin Master so it lights up orange, I'm doing that down on my phone. So if you do want to get my attention, very important you type in UK Bitcoin Master. Otherwise, I will miss it. So let's just get that out of the way. Okay, going to do something new for you all at the start of the show. Firstly, if we get over to the desktop, we'll see very quickly that we are a shade shy of 40k. I cannot believe I'm saying that. 40k Bitcoin. We all knew it would go there. We all believed it would go there, but there's always that part of us that thinks, but will it? I can't imagine it being at 40k. You know, it would be amazing if we just tipped through 40k whilst the show was going live. So you geeks out there, follow this and let me know in the chat if we actually dip over 40k during the show. That would be immense. Whether we will or whether we won't, who knows. Right. I want to just try and get you all to start thinking differently, people. We keep talking about Bitcoin. What we need to do, you say to people Bitcoin, they see a 40 grand or 39,796 price tag, and they instinctively think, well, I can't afford that. Maybe they go off and look at altcoins that are a lot cheaper, which we don't want them to do. So here's a thought for you. Let me just bring this up. Now, here's something that the wicked Rocky Palumbo helped me put together. Thanks to Rocky's figures, we created this last night. And I want to show you something, people. Now, I would imagine for most of the chat, I'm trying to teach Granny to suck eggs. But this is what I want you to take from this. What you've got here, the first Bitcoin that I purchased was about $2,000. Okay, back in May 2017. So what you would look at that $2,000 Bitcoin price is 10,000 sats would be 20 cents, and you would need 500 Bitcoins to become a millionaire. Okay, so if I scroll up, on that figure, based on that figure, Laszlo, who on the 22nd of May 2010 said, if anybody will bring me 2 large Papa John's pizzas, I'll give them 10,000 Bitcoins. Today, that $2,000 price, those Bitcoins cost him today, if that were $2,000, $20 million. Quick shout out for Angus, Alex Angus, welcome from Joburg. Paul Rouleau is in the house. Great to have you with us, Paul. Just checking it over there. Don't want to miss anyone. Right. So if I then scroll down a bit further, for those of you in the US that got a $1,200 stimulus check, that would at 2,000 Bitcoin. Hey, hang on. Sorry, a $2,000 Bitcoin. That stimulus check would have gone $363 at the 2,000 price. Sorry. What I want to do is I want to now bring that up to today's price, and let's have a look at something. Right. So 39,000. Let's call it 800, not to split hairs. So instead of needing 500 Bitcoin to get $1 million, you need 25.1 Bitcoin. That's the difference, people. John M, welcome. Great to have you with us. Barefoot Barry from New Zealand is tuning in. Great to have you with us. If we look down, those 2 pizzas have now cost Laszlo $398 million for 2 pizzas. But back to what I initially said, now 10,000 Satoshis is $3.98. So instead of talking to people in Bitcoin terms, let's get talking to them in Satoshis, telling them they need to buy some Satoshis. Oh, what are Satoshis? They're a fraction of a Bitcoin. Hey, you can get 10,000 sats for $4. That's what you want to be saying to them. And then their brain might say, ooh, I'll stick $100 in and I'll get way more for my money. Do you see the difference? You need to buy some Bitcoin. Well, it's 40 grand. You've got to be daft, haven't you? You need to get some Satoshis. Well, what's Satoshis? They're a fraction of that Bitcoin thing that you've been seeing going nuts. You can buy them, you know, in individual Satoshis, and 10,000 of them will cost you $4. Now, the psychology of that shift is pretty darn immense, I think. So if we look down, we also see that your stimulus check from April 2020, instead of $1,200, is now over $7,200. People, this is epic. Absolutely epic. But if you think this is epic, watch. We've been hearing JP Morgan talking about 146 million Bitcoin. I watched a show earlier with, what's her name? Danielle. I can't think of her second name, from Stansbury Research. She interviewed Max Kaiser and he made his prediction for 2021. I think it was $220,000 per Bitcoin. So let's be a bit conservative, and let's change this figure here to 150,000. Now, look, 25.1 Bitcoin to make you a millionaire at the price to 39,000. If this goes to 150,000, oh, hang on, I've done 15,000. Hang on, one more naught, I believe. 6.7 Bitcoin, and you're a millionaire. How many of you don't need to say this because we're all staying private, Yorkie Bitcoin are welcome. But 6.7 Bitcoins at $150,000 and you're a Bitcoin millionaire in dollars. Okay, now everyone should be working towards one Bitcoin, you know, building those Satoshis, etc. If we come down, those pizzas are now $1,500,000,000, $1.5 billion for 2 pizzas. Just, it's mental, isn't it? Your stimulus check, if you'd have put it into Bitcoin back in April last year, would now be worth $27,000. 10,000 sats are still only $15. And this is divisible. Remember, Bitcoin at 21 million might service the world's money, in which case people won't even comprehend a Bitcoin anymore. They'll be working towards 0.1 of a Bitcoin. They'll be working towards, you know, I don't know, 250,000 Satoshis. And a Bitcoin will be way out there in the stratosphere that they can't ever get their head round owning one. But right now, it's doable. So you start saying to somebody, look, if you get, say, 40,000 sats every payday, you know, that's going to cost you $60. That's comprehensible in your head, people. Does that make some kind of sense? I mean, just quickly before we move away from this, let's look at $500 million. Hang on, I think that's 500,000. 500,000 Bitcoin. You need 2 Bitcoins and you're a millionaire. I love this schematic. Rocky Palumbo, thank you. Absolutely superb. So I just wanted to share that with you all because I found it massively inspiring. And I think we should all take leaps and bounds steps to start talking to our people about, have you heard of Bitcoin? But then move to Satoshis. Before you start saying they should get some Bitcoin, start telling them they need to start stacking some Satoshis. And you can, current prices, you can get 10,000 Satoshis for $4, $3.98. That's what you should be doing, people. And I think we'll get a lot more people to get their head around this and think, wow, I think I can get in on this. Zaza, I don't know if I said hello to you, but great to have you in the house as well, my good man. So let me now get back over to my desktop and let's see what's going on in the news. Okay, so it is bullish, 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 bullish. It really is. Skybridge Capital saying that Bitcoin is better at being gold than gold is. Now, my job is not to read all this article to you. Your job is to go into my show notes afterwards, pick the article up, click on the link and read it for yourself. What did I find? Did I highlight anything in this article? Yeah, I did. This week, Anthony Scaramucci's Skybridge Capital announced the launch of its investment thesis presentation and full website for its new Bitcoin Fund LP. Unlike other investment firms, it went a step further in explaining why it is actively choosing Bitcoin over gold. Skybridge Capital's main fund with 9.3 billion in assets under management, or AUM, has invested a now roughly 300 million position in Bitcoin. Michael Saylor came in with his initial amounts and 650 million. You know, we've got somebody here doing half of that. So this thing's starting to gain momentum. And as the price keeps going up, these institutions are going to think, I can't miss this. I really can't. We got to get in now. If they're having conversations around the boardroom, they'll be saying, we need to up the game. We need to start working longer hours. We've got to get this right. We've got to tick the boxes and we've got to get into this thing. If they got any common sense, I think. In December 2020, it announced that it was raising a new separate Bitcoin-only fund and had already transferred around 25 million worth of Bitcoin into that fund. I'm telling you, this thing is not stopping. Bitcoin magazine, very highly revered magazine within the space. Bitcoin is now among the top 10 most valuable global assets. 3.5 years ago when I got into Bitcoin, they were all poo-pooing it. Jamie Dimon was calling it a fraud. What's his name? The 90-year-old Berkshire Hathaway guy. Warren Buffett was calling it rat poison squared. You know, it's being dumped on from all directions just over 3.5 years ago when I got in. Today it is positive, and it's just incredible. I'm so bullish, but I'm a Brit as well, and we tend to keep our feet on the ground and don't get too excited in case the rug is pulled from underneath us. And I always feel, as when we got Phil's Bitcoin back, I said to Phil, be careful, let's make sure it's right before you get too excited, otherwise you got further to fall. I don't know whether that's a Brit thing or not, but it's like, just be cautious, and I don't want to shout from the rooftops in case something goes and happens and is taken away again. And that's a daft psychology, but it's how a lot of us Brits actually work. Bitcoin's price is up over 75% in the last month, and this is before today's pump, by the way, and almost 25% in the last week to reach 34k. Here we are, touching 40. The surging price combined with newly minted Bitcoin has resulted in a market cap of 638 billion. Of course, it's more than that right now. Whoa, Rocky's just said 40.3. Get in there! Sorry for shouting at the microphone. $40,300. Ah! No, keep your feet on the floor, UK Bitcoin Master. Oh my God, people. If you are watching this in 2023, 2024, 2025, and Bitcoin's maybe 300,000, you're thinking, what's he getting excited for? This is 2021 in January, and we've just seen Bitcoin smash through 40k. Absolutely awesome. Welcome, Count Bitcoin, to the show. This is the 40k Bitcoin party. Calm down, Brian. Sorry. So that's good enough to make Bitcoin the 9th most valuable asset in the world, according to Asset Dash, which tracks stocks, exchange fund traded funds, and cryptocurrencies. So this is just, I'm so pleased we've breached 40k on the live show. Absolutely superb. You want to be tweeting this show, people, link out, people. I've pinned it, and say to people, there's a 40k Bitcoin party going over on UK Bitcoin Masters channel. Get out there and tweet it right now. Press the pause button, go and tweet it, come back, put it on 1.5x, and you'll be caught up in 30 seconds. Tweet it out right now. That is so exciting. What else have I found? JP Morgan puts 146,000. Hang on, I'm 100. I've got to change that back. Somebody mentioned something in the chat, and I changed the show notes to million. It is 1,000, actually. JP Morgan's puts $146,000 price tag on Bitcoin. I need to go and change that after the show. So JP Morgan are saying 146k. Max Kaiser is saying 220k. There are others out there saying 300k. Look, none of us have got a crystal ball. We cannot predict the future, okay? But I feel in my bones that 100k Bitcoin in 2021 is on the cards, people. So strap yourself in and get ready for the most incredible ride of your life. What did they say? Bitcoin goes 6 digits, according to JP Morgan. They've suggested that Bitcoin could hit 146k. One of the company's lead strategists, Nicholas Panigerzoglu, crikey, I probably butchered that, spoke of Bitcoin in reference to gold markets. He said, a crowding out of gold as an alternative currency implies big upside for Bitcoin over the long term, He said Bitcoin's current market cap, around 575, well, it's up from that now, would have to rise by 4.6x for a theoretical Bitcoin price of 146k to match the total privacy sector investment in gold via exchange traded funds or bars and coins. Excuse me. A 4.6x price increase would put Bitcoin's market cap at 2.7 trillion. But the analyst also pointed out that Bitcoin's price volatility is a point of concern. It is, but if they don't understand it, if they understand that they are going to be piling into this thing for fear of missing out, maybe that bottom bullet point, they maybe got that wrong. I don't know. Maybe they got that right. No, what do I know? I'm not an analyst. I'm just me from the UK, some wacko Bitcoiner twice a week who wants to shoot his mouth off on a live show. Hastings Insurance Solution. Great to have you in the house. Pound the like button, whatever you do. What else did I find? Bitcoin inches closer to achieving $10 trillion in value transferred. Not market cap, value transferred. What did these have to say? I'm sure I highlighted something. Yeah, Bitcoin is an asset unlike any other. Get in there, I agree with that one. Wilco Delamar, great to have you in the house. It is one part cryptocurrency and one part distributed ledger network called a blockchain. Hang on, do I need to move that over? No, I don't. Called a blockchain. Users of the technology can send, store. We know all of that. The one thing I wanted to point out, it says all without having to rely on a bank. That's the important part. This is separated money and state. It is separated. Nobody can control what happens here with Bitcoin. You can move it anywhere to anyone you like, whether they're a criminal or whether they're not. No borders. It's borderless. It's the most incredible asset, I think. And if you're watching this as a newbie, it really is an incredible asset that I encourage you not only to get in the Bitcoin game and buy some Satoshis. And if you've just joined us, go right back to the beginning and look at the schematic, the calculation I've just gone through in Satoshi. Is really important you do that. But also, people, if you're looking at this new, you should be going down the rabbit hole and learning. There's enough resources out there to learn all you need to learn about to get a handle on what makes BTC so special. Last one, legendary investor Bill Miller. Bitcoin could be rat poison, referring to Warren Buffett's words all those years ago, but cash is the rat. Don't you just like that one? Did I highlight anything? Yeah. According to veteran investor Bill Miller, Warren Buffett would be right in calling Bitcoin rat poison, but in this case, rats could be cash. Miller's latest bullish comments on the digital asset came in his 4Q 2020 market letter, which was released on Tuesday. The renowned billionaire first announced his support for Bitcoin in November when he said its staying power gets better every day. At the time, he predicted that every major bank and high net worth firm is going to eventually have some exposure to Bitcoin. The fund manager, while sharing a few thoughts on Bitcoin, noted this time that the world's largest cryptocurrency has been the best performing asset category in 2020. With its more than 50% gains since the middle of December, Bitcoin surpassed JP Morgan and Berkshire Hathaway in market cap, he wrote. It's outperformed all major asset classes over the past 1, 3, 5 and 10 years, he wrote Miller, adding that yet it is still very early in its adoption cycle. Oh my Lord, that says it all, people. Don't listen to me. I'm just crazy UK Bitcoin master from the UK. Listen to these famous people that are saying what I'm saying. All I do is I look for some articles from these people. I share them with you, but it's not me speaking. It's these people speaking. And that is why you need to be taking this thing seriously, because it's the best asset we're ever likely to see in our lives, our kids' lives, our grandkids' lives. It's like, I do need to calm down a little bit, but I am so massively excited about all of this. So before we get into our tweets, let's just quickly give a shout out to Dan at justlearnbitcoin.com. You can see across the top, they've got everything over there. If you're new to Bitcoin, check them out. Wallet setup, backup, storage solutions, end of life planning, coin sent to the wrong address, questions about mining. They got all sorts of consulting packages. They've got some great merch like the Bitcoin bracelet that I'm wearing. I love it. Go to btcbracelets.com. They've got all the typical merch that you would expect on a site like that, but it is worth checking them out as a resource. Another resource I want to shout out, the Bitcoin book by Matthew Underhill. It's an English book. It's a great gift to give to somebody not yet in Bitcoin or who've just dipped their toes in. It's a very easy read. I read it in a couple of days, and it's well worth checking out on Amazon and seeing if something you want to read. Moving on, I found some great tweets. Phil Geiger, if you go to bitcoininterviews.com, I've had Phil on my show, and maybe this year I'm going to get him back. He heads up, or he's part of Unchained Capital. Reminder, as normies and multi-billion-dollar investment firms are finally waking up to Bitcoin, it's important to recognize that you're still holding Bitcoin not because you are lucky, but because you are a genius that front ran Wall Street on the biggest opportunity in history. And I'll take that back and say in living history. That's an incredible tweet, people. You are front running the banks. You are front running the massive institutions. You're ahead of the curve. And when they pile in, you can ride the crest of that wave in an upward direction. Samson Mow, very well respected. Samson Mo, however you say it. Yeah, Mayor multiple Zaza's talking about there. I know you guys aren't really panicking about Bitcoin, but in case you are, One River, a 1.6 billion fund, bought 600 million and will buy 400 million more. Guggenheim, 5.3 billion fund, will buy 530 million. Skybridge, 9.2 billion fund, bought 182 million. Ruffer, 27 billion fund, bought 744 million. Mass Mutual, 675 billion fund, bought 100 million. Do you need any more proof, people? Because if you do, where the hell is your head right now? You've got to have gone off to the planet Zog and you haven't come back yet to know that if you've heard about Bitcoin and you're on this show, you should be stacking those sats as fast as you can, front running those banks and institutions. Armin van Bitcoin, you'd think that those people who waited for Bitcoin below 30k are buying now. No, they will now say, we'll wait for it to go lower. The only people who buy, quotes, at the right time, close quotes, are those who are educated enough on Bitcoin to know that the only right time to buy is always, close quotes. What an awesome tweet that one is. When's the right time to buy Bitcoin? Right now, whenever now is for you, even if it's in the future, because when this thing goes, if you're 20 years younger than me, even if you buy 0.1 of a Bitcoin, you could see that in a couple of decades be worth $1 million. Could. I didn't say will. No price predictions on my channel. One more from Phil Geiger. I do like Phil. I need to get him back on the show. They'll say you got lucky. They'll say Bitcoiners don't understand economics. They'll say Bitcoin is a cult. They're wrong. We just have a better understanding of reality than they do and have the intelligence to recognize permanent disruption. This is going to disrupt everything. That's why you need to get in the rabbit hole and learn. I've just started this morning the book, is it Bitcoin Billionaires? around the Winklevoss twins and Mark Zucker. And ask Elaine, she's in the chat. I was raving about it earlier. I can't put it down. It's just it inspired me even more how they came across it, that I am in the right place and I found it before the thing moons. And you should be too. And then Jan Pritzer from Swan. Tongue in cheek here. Don't buy Bitcoin. It's going to crash. Then look at the charts. If this was a bubble down there in 2014, in 2017, and this was a bubble, how come it keeps crashing upwards? Zoom this chart out, people, and look at this high right now and move it along maybe 10 years, and these will be bumps in the road that look just like 2014. That is what you need to get your head around. What you're seeing now might seem huge and out of the realms of what our heads can cope with, but this will be a bump in the road in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. I don't know, but it will become a bump in the road as the next high. This high will look like the one in 2017, and this, you know, the highs will get higher, and then the previous highs will just pale into insignificance, which is so exciting. So, quickly, if I can, to bring the show to a close. Henry Ford said it. Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goal. What does that mean with regards to Bitcoin? MS Biteth, Mike. Welcome to the show, Mike. It is great to have you in the house. I normally catch you on Bitcoin and Coffee's show. It's really great to see you on my show live, Mike. What does this mean? It means keep your eye on the goal. There's nothing out there that is going to be the next Bitcoin. It doesn't matter what they come out with. It doesn't matter what they shill on Twitter and on YouTube channels. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the holy grail, and you need to get that, but you don't need to get it. You need to feel it here. And when you feel it here and you know it here, there is nothing or no one that will take your focus away from Bitcoin. So, people, that is your Bitcoin show for today, the 7th of January 2021, when Bitcoin busted through $40,300. I don't know where it is right now, but it doesn't matter if it's gone back down again. We busted through the 40K mark. I can't believe it. I am so bullish right now. It is unbelievable. And you guys should be too, because this thing's gonna moon. So people, please like this video, share it, really important. Subscribe if you're new, hit the bell button next to the subscribe and click all so you get notified when I go live. I have no clue what price we're going to be talking about on Monday when I come back for my Monday show. It might have gone back down again. We might have climbed even more. All I know is the most exciting time to be in Bitcoin right now. Sell your Bitcoin. Not in a million, people. Don't you dare sell your Bitcoin. Buy it, get it onto a Trezor, wait, strong Bitcoin hand. That is the name of the game on my show. If you are watching this on YouTube, click on the squares when they come up. That will take you to my website. If you're listening on Audible, then thank you for listening. I greatly appreciate it. Sorry you can't see any of the schematics. To all of you in the chat, again, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you, as always, for your support. This community is building. Let's get more eyeballs on it. JC Borta from South Africa is bringing some of his South African people to the show. JC, big thumbs up to you. You guys out there, bring some of your people to the show, because I just believe that I'm an honest, wear my heart on my sleeve Bitcoiner that doesn't want to make predictions, doesn't want to show fancy charts and graphs because I don't understand them. I just want to inspire people that get into Bitcoin to stay in Bitcoin, to keep stacking those Satoshis, build that strong hand, and then keep following my show twice a week. That is it. I'm going to leave you with my social media links. Do follow me on UK Bitcoiner, my backup channel. If you follow Bitcoin Meister, you'll know that yet again his Bitcoin channel, Bitcoin Meister, has been taken down and he's on his backup channel. So if you go and follow my backup channel, UK Bitcoiner, right now, you won't get any notifications because the channel is dormant, but it is ready. If this channel goes down for any reason, I can instantly move straight over to UK Bitcoiner and I can go live, and you guys are already following me. You've already hit the subscribe button and you'll know that I've moved channel intuitively because you're following me over there. So really important that you go right now, find UK Bitcoiner and follow me there, because we never know what YouTube's going to do. Final thing before I go, please, 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 even though you're in the chat, when the show ends, refresh your browser and go underneath the show and find the comments button. We need to mess around with YouTube's algorithm. And the way we can do that is, I know you've been in the chat, I greatly appreciate it, but go now to the comments section and put something in there. I don't care if it's high great show, high rubbish show, just put something in the comments, people. I respond to every comment. Once I see them, and let's mess around with that algorithm. I'm going to sign off. I'll catch you all on Monday at the regular 6 p.m. London time. I'll leave you with my social media links. I'm Brian, the UK Bitcoin Master. Strong Bitcoin hand, everyone. Let's see where the price goes. Catch you all on Monday. Cheerio.